Alright guys, I hope you're ready to grip it and rip it today. Got a little family ride with Luca and my wife. No friends, just us. Luca had a huge amount of improvement over this last ride that we did, which was like 2 full hours up Powerline Road. And for those of you that don't know, it's a pretty easy trail, nice beginner trail, but for a little guy that weighs just barely 40 pounds on a little 50cc bike with barely any tread, it's pretty tough because any rocks or sand or anything is just really difficult for a little bike. Um, Help my wife get a little more confident in doing little hills and downhills and clutch work and all the basics and fundamentals, which we all know is super important. And it's just seat time, seat time, seat time. Luca is loving doing these little hills here, which is great. Starting to stand up, totally awesome. It's just funny because you can really see when he's like got literally no more power, or he's losing traction on the rear wheel or the front wheel. I haven't been able to get him to use his front brake yet because I think he just uses his rear brake and his throttle with his hands because his bike doesn't have any pedals for brakes or shifting or anything like that. So we're going to do the other side of Powerline today. And a couple other little mini hills and things like that, but it's just really interesting to see how my wife's bike reacts to these kinds of trails and then compare it to this little guy on this little bike. It's like he's standing up because this terrain is incredible to him compared to us, and you can see he's like just can't get any traction. Speaking of which, we just put on some sweet Dunlop MX33s and a 35 on his tire to get on his tires, or sorry, on his wheels to get a little more traction. You'll see his growing frustration with the type of terrain we're in, because even sand like this is just super tough. He just can't get speed, and he's so little, so he just can't. His bike can't get any stability. So I've tried to cut this down significantly so you don't see me walking back to my bike or trying to help him too much, but still like trying to include as much as possible. So we're just making our way over to Powerline right now from the Edison campground at Gormon, which is like the first one basically. Oh, there he goes. Well, frustrated. A lot of waiting around, but it's something you gotta do because it's like if we don't ride with him, he won't get better. So we gotta ride with him, make him better so that he wants to keep doing stuff like this, and so he gets better and we can all have a nice fun pace. Go, being the dad, blocking the road. It's so funny how these hills just don't look like anything, but for Luca, it's a big confidence thing because he used to hate going down hills, but now he's got it. Can't stop on the road. Let's go. One thing he's really got to work on is keeping his feet on his pegs. He puts his feet out to try and catch himself, but if he was standing during most of this, he wouldn't be so shaky all the time. Looks like he fell again, so let's just get him unstuck. It's a fun little hill on the left there that I do later. I'm excited because I think Luca would want to do those things. So boy. There we go. Stand, stand, stand. Everyone's got to stand. Stand up. It's so funny. You can actually see his throttle hand like going to grab more throttle because he's just trying to be as wide open as possible through this loose stuff. Whereas for us adults on our bigger bikes with our big tires, you can just kind of putt through in second gear, and he's just right there. He's just full throttle right now. Can't go any faster. So I think either a TTR 50 or maybe a CRF 50 is in his future because he's He's just not that tall yet. It's like, go, 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 don't stop, go. Stoked. He's stoked. He knows when the hill's tough and he makes his way up. See that big old grin on his face. It's frustrating too because the trails that are more tight packed are kind of the harder ones that just go up a little bit higher, but the lower elevation we stay in, the tougher these trails are for somebody like Luca and even my wife or kind of any novice because it's thicker. It's thicker on kind of like the base level. You got to go up higher and you got to go further away to kind of get out of the thick stuff. Brianna's on a CRF 230, which has been a good green sticker bike for her. I'm on my XR 400, which have been some good summer bikes while we wait to use our red sticker KTMs. She's got a 2011 or 2013. Oh, there we go, Luca. Going up the berm, feet out again. But I'm proud of him because he's still in the throttle. He's not stopping. It's super easy for a kid like him to just stop, but he stays with it because he knows he's got to get up over the hill. Told him he can't slow down until it's flat. Brianna has a, I think, 2013 KTM 250. Freaking badass bike that we just had lowered for her. But she can't ride it right now, so she's frustrated. The CRF has been a good bike, but it's got its quirks. It's weird with shifting sometimes and just not super responsive. And it's not light. It's a heavy ass bike, that's for sure. Yeah. But the weather this week and went ride the Saturday prior and I think the Thursday prior, and the weather has just been absolutely epic right now. We've kind of have a late summer, which not unhappy about. There's Luca just pinning the throttle wide open, feet out, can't go any faster. But overall, Gormon's been a pretty good experience for us. It's only like an hour and 15 away from us, so we can kind of get out there quick while the two littles are in preschool, but it'd be nice to see some new terrain. Just means we have to go a little farther, like Jawbone or Spangler, but it's not as easy to do a day trip out there. So we're just gonna make the most of Gormon right now. I think Luca has a pretty good stretch without falling for a while, but he does have he's got a couple big spills, a couple small spills, and just increased frustration, but he gets through it. I mean, I wish I was riding when I was his age, but yeah. So funny, he is so little on that bike and we're just like huge. He's like barely, his head's barely like up to our hips, if that. It's crazy, we were riding through here, there's just a giant swarm of crows, like one of their friends just got eaten. Rushed up ahead here because there was like a weird looking cliff, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make sure Lucas slows down for this little downhill. Again, on the camera it does not seem steep, but it's a little steep. I think his bike would benefit from better intake system. I could definitely tell it's getting a little dirty, so it needs a filter, but I'm looking for more ways to make his bike fast without making it too unreliable. You can see as a parent looking over that edge, you're like, you know what? I want to make sure my kid's a little conservative coming down hills like this. Luckily, Luca being our oldest, is the most conservative with doing literally anything, so we're a little less concerned with him getting down this hill. But a 4-year-old girl's a maniac, and I wouldn't trust her until she's like 8 coming down a hill like this, if that.
Good job, bud. Nice.
Good job standing up. What's up? Let's go. It's so funny, you like look at these rocks that aren't that big to us, but you compare it to the size of his tire, and it's like they are not small for that little bike with just absolutely terrible suspension. It's just he's feeling everything. You can see his hand just grabbing handfuls of throttle. Can't get it to go any faster. Sub. It's got a good little section through here. Pinning it. Whoa. Yeah, easing up a little bit.
Let's stop at the sign.
A lot of little forks on these trails at Gormon, but they're all pretty good trails. Get out there on the weekdays, they are not busy at all, which is very nice. On the weekends, I don't think I'd want to bring my kids here on the weekend, especially on like a Saturday midday. It's just too wild, too many cars, UTVs and ATVs, and it's great if you've got 4-wheelers, but I think for a 2-wheeler it's better to be at Gormon on a weekday. And Luca fell. This is tough. These turns with the thicker stuff it's really difficult for him to navigate his way through. There's Brianna making a little more progress on the 230 coming up these hills. We have a Kawasaki KLX 140. I wish I could take that out, but it's a red sticker, which is kind of a pain in my ass, but it would be like the perfect little follow your kid around bike because I can just electric start it. Instead, I just leave good old Rhonda, the Honda, is just running all day because I do not want to kickstart it again. She kickstarts fine, it's just kind of a pain in the ass. You can even see the sand is thick here. It's like compared to his tire's like submerged in it. Come on. There we go. Go.
That's it. Stay in it.
But I was thinking if we did an intake on his bike, like a better air filter system, and I think a better exhaust would be a good starting point to get his bike a little more brappy. New tires will definitely help.
That's it. Stay on the left side, away from the edge.
But yeah, overall, super happy with Gorman. Luca's progressing, Brianna's progressing, everyone's getting better. Just gotta keep getting that seat time in.
Go around mommy if you need to.
For those of you who are still tuning into these videos, all 6 of you, appreciate the feedback and the comments. Keep on stepping it up. Haven't completely landed on the channel name, but I think we're gonna stick with Grip It and Rip It
Okay, bud.
while Luca is face down in the sand.
Let's get out of the sand.
Here we go. Alright. Go.
You got it.
Just cannot get any traction. Come on. There we go. Zoop. He's booking it here. Standing up. Attaboy. Go. It's so funny watching his hand. You can see him just trying to get as much throttle as he possibly can. The bike just will not go any faster. Which is a good thing. It means he's progressing enough to find the limits of the bike while finding his own limits, as opposed to just having a bike that's way too fast and you underride it.
Good job, bud.
Or underride your own experience.
Nice
Whoa.
save.
See, he's got to get your feet up, Luca. Get him up. Whoa, whoa. Oh. Planked. So this is the first time he got his throttle stuck in the sand, and it's just, bike's going wide open right now, and he's kind of freaking out because it's one of the bigger falls he's had, and also I think the volume of the bike is not doing him any favors. I think it does it one more time, and the throttle's kind of sticking a little bit, so there's definitely some dirt in there, but
You fall on your
I think we
belly?
finally get it cleared out. It's like
Okay,
he's
you
got
get the
sand in
wind knocked out of you
his
a little bit?
mouth and on his camelback water, and in the muzzle of the helmet. He was not super stoked on it, but he got back up and got on the bike, which is good. Got to keep going.
All right, buddy.
Of all the things, it's like he'll get frustrated with baseball, and it's easy for him to like just walk away from it and be like, I'm not doing this right now. But when he falls on his dirt bike, he always gets back up and wants to keep riding, which I
You
don't
get sand in your mouth?
I don't know what it is about it. Maybe even at 6 years old he realizes has to keep going. There's no like take a break, because I can't put his bike on my bike and put him on my bike. He's probably not thinking about it that way, but for whatever reason it makes him want to keep going. So definitely benefiting his attitude and personality,
Why don't you drink
I
a
feel
little
like.
water? Just swish it out and spit it out.
Alright, well, I think this is the biggest fall, and then the rest is some piddling around and a couple more hills and things like that. Enjoy it, sup it up, keep watching, or don't. But expect more of these. I kind of enjoy posting the fuller length of these just because why not? But also try and cut some stuff down if I feel like it's excessive. No. He's just like, damn it. He's pissed. Mommy to the rescue. I'll ride his bike out of the sand. Alright, signing off. Enjoy the rest of the video. I'm going to go on another ride next week, and I think a buddy of mine, we're going to go do Kennedy Meadows for like 2 days. So I'll have a bunch of great footage from there. A little higher speed stuff, a little single track action, a little less fire roady.
At the same time. 1, 2, 3, go!
Triple high five, sub. Later. Nice! Good job, stay in there, stay in there.
almost there. Good job, dude. Woohoo! Oh, you got air. Woohoo! Nice. Woo! Sup? Go ahead, mommy. Follow mommy. Follow mommy. We're almost back. What's that? That's what we're doing. Follow mommy. Nice and slow, Bean. You got it. We're almost there, dude. This is the last hill, and then we're there. It's the last hill. Let's go. And you can go watch me do that hill climb. Good job, bud. Good save, Luca. All right, we're almost back. We're almost there. You're clear. Go, 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 Luca, go. This way, Luca. All right, Mommy, your turn. You got it, bud. You're fine. Hold on. Good job, dude. I'm proud of you. All right, let me hold the brakes. Let me have you hop off for a sec. I got it. It's not going anywhere. You got it. Let's turn it around. Go slow, go slow. You want to try it again? No, if you start farther back with more speed, you could totally make it. You want to try it? All right, here you go.
I'm gonna go back and do that same.
Okay. What's that? It's not easy, that's for sure. It's okay, back up and turn like this. Like this. Stay on the bike, we're gonna back up slowly. Okay, you just go like this, you turn. Ready?